Alright, so Showdown Live, here we go. First one in almost a year. No, over a year. Alright, so let's take a look. We're going to be using a sand team today. That's Tyranitar, Hippo. We have two sand starters. One's a Scarfer, one's a defensive wall. Obviously, the Powdon's the defensive wall. Have our Excadrill, obviously our Sand Sweeper, Swords Dance. Starmie is defensive with Rapid Spin. I'll actually just show you guys here. So we have Mega Charizard-Y, obviously supported by the Choice Scarf Tyranitar with Pursuit. We have Volcanion to also take advantage of getting rid of Latios and Latias. And Starmie's just there to spin away rocks because obviously Volcanion and Charizard don't appreciate them. Spike's not too much because our Excadrill is Air Balloon, so it's not that big of an issue, but can be a hinder to Volcanion as well. So let's just get into a game. We'll see how quick we can get one. It's kind of late right now when I'm recording. So all right, so we got one. So Volcanion switch-ins are very limited. Obviously, the only things I see are his own Volcanion and Latias. So Tyranitar puts in a lot of work. He's got a Mega Pidgeot. Mega Pidgeot isn't that great. Tornadus T obviously outclasses it, but I wouldn't waste the Mega Slot on a Mega Pidgeot, but to each his own. So I think we're pretty safe. Now, Pidgeot doesn't normally go for any kind of fighting move. It doesn't normally carry it. The HP fight is very rare, so I'm pretty safe to lead Tyranitar. So he leads Clefable. Probably his Rock Setters, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go hard into Volcanion here. If he T-Waves, then too bad. Okay, so he's just straight up Moonblasts, which is great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fire off a Sludge Bomb, as his Volcanion is probably going to be the switch. So it's actually going to be his Latias instead. That's going to take a massive amount of damage, so I'm going to go right back out into T-Tar. No reason to risk the Volcanion. It checks like 3, especially if that's defensive Landorus. So alright, so his Latias decides to stay in and roost, so we can just perpetually click Pursuit, and yeah, the next one should take him out. Obviously 50% goes up to he's down to 29, so Latias is gone. Landorus comes in. I really want to know what kind of Landorus this is before I do anything else, so I'm going to go into Hippo. He's just going to set up rocks, so he is defensive. We can spin those away later. Just want to go for Stealth Rocks here. Obviously this thing is a phaser, which is great. So he's going to go into his own Volcanion. Now, normally people don't just right away click Steam Eruption, especially when there's another Volcanion right on the other side. So just to play it safe, I'm going to go Starmie. He actually goes Earth Power, so that's great. I get to spin here. He still has his Rock Setter, though, so I don't know if that's the best play. I think he's definitely specs from that damage. I could also just switch into Drill. I can bring in Starmie later when the sand's not up. Yeah, you know what? Let's go Drill. And I'm going to Swords Dance and really hope this thing isn't specs. There we go, it's not. Alright, so I'm on a balloon, which means his Lando has to hit me otherwise with another move before he can actually he is rocking Helmet before he can actually hit me with his Earthquake, which is what would knock me out. So we weaken the Landorus, which is great. Pidgeot decides to come out and is obviously going to go for a Heat Wave here. So my switch-ins are limited once again. I think I have to sack T-Tar here would be the play. Yeah, that seems pretty solid. There we go. So he gets off his Heat Wave. He can obviously hit the Hurricane, but it's also resisted. It's more powerful than Heat Wave, obviously. It's Stab, and it's got a higher base power, but you know what? Let's just click Pursuit just in case. And yes, he does withdraw. Beautiful. Okay, so Lando's going to come out. Now the question becomes, do I want to sack T-Tar for, sorry about that, for no apparent reason? Well, apparent, he can just U-turn out, so would not be the best, it would not be in my interest to switch out here. So he's just going to go for EQ. That's great because now I can actually go Starmie and get rid of these rocks once and for all. I don't mind sacking Starmie to do that. He can even go into his Volcanion here, so this is the play. There we go. Oh, wait, no. That didn't work out. Because he's Rocky Helmet, right. Okay. So we learned from our mistakes, and I should have kept that in mind. Completely forgot about that, but I believe Sand is still up for one more turn. T-Tar comes in, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yep, so Sand is definitely still up. And not going to risk anything, just going to go for an Iron Head. Knock this thing out. There we go. We're now down to 45%. We didn't get our spin-off, which is a little bit of a problem for Charizard and such. But his Scizor is going to come in here. Very strange play, but alright. The rocks are up, which means his Pidgeot is gone. His Volcanion comes in at 58, if I'm not mistaken. So I definitely need to keep Drill. And I can just kill this with Charizard, so... yeah, let's go Hippo. Hippo's fine. As he goes for Superpower, which is great. And now I can slack off the damage as his Pidgeot comes in, so now we're back up to full. His Clefable comes out, and I just want to see what kind of Clefable this is, what it's going to do. So it's just going to Moonblast straight up. And now his Volcanion's going to come in, and I'm going to go into my own just because I can. And here we go. Let's see if this works out. Hopefully he Steam Erupts, and he doesn't see, because I didn't switch into Volcanion last time, so he might, alright, so what did he go for here? Sorry. Just got to move this over. Okay, there we go. So he went for Earth Power, which means Charizard is pretty free to come in here, and I can actually just go for a Roost. Actually, if he predicts that, that can be in a little bit of trouble, but I still have Hippo and Drill, so this isn't a big deal. You know what? Let's just go for Fire Blast. We'll see what kind of Volcanion he is, if he is actually Specs. He is, so it's a good thing that we didn't, I think we learn from our mistakes, and we learn ahead of our mistakes too sometimes, so this is going to go straight down to Solar Beam, not going to risk missing the Fire Blast and wasting PP, and he's going to forfeit, so we take that game, going to drop a GG on him, and we can move on to the next one. So that's pretty much how the team works when you don't spin on Starmie and die to Rocky Helmet. And yeah, so let's get another one. Let's see if we can get one quickly here. I don't know how many people are online at this time. It's actually quite late when I'm recording, so like I said before. So I'll just pause until we get one. Alright, so we got another game, and this guy has a lantern, and that's really cool. So once again, Volcanion puts in a lot of work, even more this game now that there's no Lottie, there's no Volcanion to switch into to Steam Eruptions. So this so it comes in pretty freely on things like Scizor, and I would even say Lantern, because Volt Switch isn't going to do that much as long as it's healthy. So in this game, I kind of want to just lead. I kind of want to lead Charizard, actually, and just hit something really hard. But that's not the best play if he leads Garchomp or Heatran, or even Torn. You know what, I'm just going to do it. Let's see how it works out. Okay, so he does lead with this. I'm going to go hard into Hippo once again. I think that's exactly what happened last game, but that's what we're going to do. Alright, so he's going to substitute on us, and I'm just going to Whirlwind, honestly. I mean, this thing's going to be lower on health. He's probably going to Swords Dance, so yeah, there we go. Alright, just going to get up Stealth Rocks. His only way to remove them is right in front of me. So, let's see what he goes for. He goes for a U-turn. It's not going to do much at all. Doesn't seem to be offensive. Seems to be a bulkier variant of Scizor, so... See, he goes back into Garchomp. I don't think he's going to make the mistake of substituting on me anymore. So I'm just going to Earthquake here. I really hope he doesn't go for Outrage. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And I don't even think Outrage will take me out at this range, so I'm just going to slack off. I mean, if he's sub-Swords Dance, Earthquake, Outrage, then he can't touch Hippowdon, barring crits, of course, like that one. But, okay, so do I take 2 EQs? I do, but I don't know if I take an EQ plus a... plus an Outrage. I don't even know if I take plus 2 Outrage at this point. No, I should. Alright, so he's going to go Torn. I'm going to slack off. And, I mean, what's he going to do to me? Hurricane? Alright, I'll Whirlwind. Yeah. So he Hurricanes, he gets a crit, unfortunately. Can I heal up on anything later? It doesn't seem like it, so I might have to ditch Drill this game, which is really unfortunate because it checks Lantern, checks Heatran. Well, you know what? I mean, as long as his rocks aren't up, which, I mean, at this point, his Heatran is obviously his rock setter, so as long as his rocks aren't up, I'm okay. So I'm hoping he just sleeps this, and he does. That's awesome. So now we have Sleep Fodder as well. And I'm just going to go into Charizard hard. Here we go. And he actually Rock Tombs. Okay. So he's a little bit feisty on that. Alright. Fair enough. He's probably Water Absorbed Lantern. That's why he's running it, I would assume. So let's go into Starmie. He doesn't know what kind of Starmie I am yet. And I can just Psyshock here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so his Lantern comes out. It does seem to be physically defensive, which means I can't touch it other than with Drill. I might just go straight for the Volt Switch here. No, he goes for Scald. Okay. I don't know what that was about, but okay. Now we got our Sand up, so we can go Driller. And what would he go into on the EQ? He would either go into Torn. I'm going to risk him not Scalding. Yeah, there we go. He goes for Protect. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Earthquake is really, really obvious, so I'm actually just going to Rock Slide right here. He's probably not going to want to lose this. I still have another Sand Starter, which is why I'm running 2. He actually gets the double Protect right here. I'm just going to Earthquake this time, because he thinks I'm going for Rock Slide, so hopefully he goes into Breloom. Would be really nice, because our Hippo went down, so as he actually goes Torn. Okay. Alright. I see you, I see you. He can't stay in, can he? He would die, yeah. Exactly. So Scizor is going to come out. It's going to take a tremendous amount of damage. I don't know if he's just going to want to bust my Balloon now to be able to hit me with Garchomp. We're just going to let it happen. That's fine. That's okay. Still have Volcanion. I feel like this thing's going to want to go for Mach Punch right now. Actually goes Garchomp. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. I'm very weak to this thing now. Should have reconsidered that. Well, I'll go Starmie here. He goes for EQ. And if I don't have Starmie, how do I handle Breloom? I don't really. Why is he Leftovers? What the heck? I'm going to go for Scald. Praying for a burn. And we don't get it, so that's going to be the end of Starmie. And now I'm going to have to go into Tyranitar, and I think we take one, though. I think we're okay to take one Earthquake. So I'm actually just going to fire off a Crunch right here. Kind of hope he goes into, like, Torn or Lantern. That would be awesome. We are definitely faster than his Garchomp. And we are going to knock it out. Awesome. Okay. So that goes down. And now it comes down to... I don't know if you guys heard that, but kind of just broke something. Not too important, but... Alright. Now it comes down to... Okay, he goes into Heatran. Alright. Just give me a sec. Sorry about that. Alright. So he goes into Heatran. I don't know if he's going to want to get up Rocks here. Rocks. Or if he's going to... He's definitely not going to go for Lava Plume straight off the bat. I think he might even go for Flash Cannon. I'm going to go Drill. He goes Magma Storm. Wow, okay. This guy's ambitious. If I go Steam Eruption, he would probably go into Lantern, right? I really want to predict that and just go for... Yeah, there we go. We get rid of Lantern. Okay, we still got a chance here. As long as, I mean, he can Spore me with Breloom, which is really unfortunate. But I can also predict that and go into T-Tar and Sleep Fodder it. And then I kind of want to go back into Volk. He could just Bullet Seed here, but he goes for the Mach Punch. Okay. Bullet Seed does quite a bit, but he's not Life Orb. I think he's actually Sashed. Okay, hold on a sec. I think we still got a shot here. I think I have to lock myself into Steam Eruption. Yeah. Okay. Come on. No. Yes. Alright. There we go. Okay, Breloom goes down. Alright, he only has a Heatran and the Tornadus left. If he brings in Tornadus... and he doesn't have Superpower. He's going to give me a shot to wake up with T-Tar and start Stone Edging. Okay, he misses the Hurricane. So his Tornadus is going to go down. And now, if we're faster than Heatran, we take it out. And we are. And it goes straight down to the crit. Oh my god, I can't believe we came back in that game with so many bad plays. That was actually really fortunate. Oh man, he only got the 3 hit on the Bullet Seed, which was really good. I didn't know Breloom goes straight down at 82 from a Steam Eruption. This thing is so strong, guys. Oh my god. Alright, well I might have just been speaking a little too close to the mic, but sorry about that because I had to take off my headset before. But alright, so we're going to hop into the next game, once again hoping that it'll be quick, and well, I won't make you guys wait, so be right back. Alright, so let's take a look. This guy has a Dugtrio, which is actually really, I didn't ever think about how dangerous that thing would be to this team, but it's really detrimental. It's great that Excadrill is Balloon, because he would have to Sucker Punch first, and then he wouldn't be faster if I'm in the sand. So, but Volcanion goes down to EQ. T-Tar doesn't appreciate it. It doesn't go straight down, obviously, but I'm thinking the Starmie lead might be the best. You know what? We've had to switch into Hippo every time first turn, so I'm actually just going to lead with Hippo this time. And it works out. Okay, so he leads with his Dugtrio. So we're pretty much guaranteed getting rocks up here. So is he. That's not a big deal, though. I have a spinner. And I think I'm going to start Whirlwinding him. As he goes Scizor, going to get the Whirlwind off, going to go right back into Dugtrio. I'm going to weaken this thing now. Okay, its Sash is broken, which is amazing. And we might even get rid of it right here. Yes, we do. Wow, that thing is so frail. It goes down to Hippowdon's Earthquake. That's insane. And I'm just going to Whirl here. Once again, he's going to go for the Roost. That's fine. We're going to catch Keldeo, and I'm going to go straight into Starmie. If he HP Electrics, then it is what it is, but Starmie's my best play at this point. I can't risk him Secret Sorting on my Volcanion too early. He actually goes for Sub, which is great. That means he's Sub Calm Mind, which means he can't touch us. I'm just going to go for Rapid Spin. Actually, well, no, that's fine. He goes for a Scald. He gets a Burn. Not a big deal. We are Natural Cure. I'm just going to Psyshock here. Hopefully he doesn't go T-Tar, predicting that. And good. He's going to go for Sub again. He might switch out here. I'm going to go for a Recover. It's my best play. And if he goes Tyranitar, I don't think it would be Scarfed. He's going to go for a Secret Sword. He's not doing any damage to us, like, realistically. What I can do here now, knowing that he's Substitute, is after I break his Sub, if he stays in, he doesn't. He goes into T-Tar. That's the correct play. And it's not Leftovers, which means it's most likely Scarfed. So I don't think Pursuit takes me out at that range. No, it doesn't. But it will now. So that was pointless. Should have just Scalded. Alright, well, it's not a big deal because now he's locked into Pursuit. Alright, so pick your fodder, basically, at this point. Something just goes straight down, other than Keldeo and Lottie, but yeah, this is not a switch. This is not a switch, guys. Don't switch your Clefables into Volcanion Steam Eruption ever. Even if you know that it's not specs, just don't do it. There comes Latios. So he let his Clefable get weakened for no reason, and Latios is going to take 45 from this. So now we can just go Tyranitar and trap this. He's actually going to predict that and go back into Keldeo, which is not a big deal because I now know that his Keldeo, well, I mean, it's probably got Calm Mind, right? So what I can do, I really want to keep this. Well, I don't really have a reason to at the same time. So I'm just going to go for a Crunch, actually. And he's going to go for the Secret Sword. So that's fine. Now we can go Drill. And Drill just pretty much like destroys everything, man. Especially that he let his Clefable get weakened. Now I OHKO it. Question is he going to switch out? I mean, he doesn't really have a way to. Because even if he goes Lottie, it's going to take needless damage. He's going to sack his Clef here. That's great, honestly. That's like the best thing that could happen. He goes Scizor. Scizor has the potential to have superpower. I don't really want to risk that, and I'd rather... Would I rather give up Volcanion? Volcanion just kills everything. But it also doesn't... Well, it lives a Secret Sword from Keldeo, but then it has to risk hitting Steam Eruptions or whatever else I choose to go for. The question is, what do I need? If I'm keeping Drill, I have to keep Hippowdon, because this doesn't outspeed anything without Hippowdon. I could also just predict the... What is Lottie's weakened? He doesn't have rocks up on my side. I'm actually just gonna go straight into Charizard. For some reason, I always think that Charizard's coming in at 50%. It's just like a reflex. And I'm going to go for the Focus Blast here. And we catch the T-Tar. Let's hope we hit. Come on. Come on, Focus Miss. And it misses. Okay. Alright, just going to Hippo. I'm not going to stay in on this, knowing that it can Stone Edge me. There's no way. I don't care if he pursuits me. I have Roost for later. That's fine. That only does 60, as you can see. And I'm just going to... My Sand's reset at this point. Like, I'm just going to Whirlwind. Because if the Scizor comes in, then yeah, it gets phased out. Lottie comes in. At this point, it doesn't matter if he defogs, so yeah, I can just go for Whirlwind again. There we go. We're going to get T-Tar on the switch. And I don't see him going for any type of offensive move. I almost want to switch into Charizard. At the same time, Volk is a pretty good switch. Yeah, I'm going to go Volcanion. There we go. Alright, and now nothing switches into this. Like, seriously, nothing. It's crazy. Like, Keldeo's done at 39. Latios is done. Tyranitar is at 76. It's done. Yeah, Keldeo goes down, so now we don't have to worry about that thing anymore. So Hippo's pretty much safe. I just need to keep this thing or Charizard for Scizor. Like, that's all I need it for. And he's going to go into Latios. And you know what? At this point, I think I'm going to sack Hippowdon. I'm going to go Excadrill. Really hope he doesn't have HP Fire. Not that it matters at this point, because I'm just going to Swords Dance. And this isn't Latias, so we won't have to be dealing with any kind of Healing Wishing. And he goes straight into Scizor, so that's pretty much going to be game. At this point, I just click Earthquake twice. This thing goes down. Tyranitar goes down. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. So he's going to go for knockoff. That's useless at this point. He's probably just going to Bullet Punch. I'm just going to Iron Head. Iron Head takes this thing out at this range. And if he switches into Latios and trying to be cheeky, then that would go down too. He's going to go into Lottie here. And his T-Tar has to lock itself into a move to kill all three of my Pokemon, which is, I think, impossible, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see. He would have to probably go for Superpower here, and that would lower his attack anyway. Actually, he starts up the Sand for me again, so he's done. That's that's over. There we go. So that's another win. So we're up to 16-17. Just drop a GG for this guy. There we go. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get one more just to close off the night, and yeah, that'll be it. So let's see. Put it on pause once again, and we'll try to get one last one. Alright, and we got one, and as you can see, Volcanion is running rampant on the ladder these days, so that's going to be a little bit of a harder matchup, definitely. I don't want to give him the free rocks, because it's harder for me to spin while the Bisharp's around. Honestly, you know what? We're doing it. I don't care. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so rocks are up. Rocks are us. And then we'll go from there pretty much. So start the timer right after this turn. And we will Whirlwind. Hopefully he goes for a U-turn. I don't see why he wouldn't go for an Earthquake though. Doesn't make much sense. Oh, he actually does go for a U-turn. Awesome. So hopefully he goes into... He would go into something that can stop the earthquake or not. Okay, so he switches in his Bisharp on a Hippowdon. Alright, fair enough. Now, with rocks up, it becomes a little more complicated. I'm just going to Whirlwind again. That does absolutely nothing. Hippowdon is so bulky, man. It's crazy. Alright, so his Latios is going to come in, and as usual, we will just switch into Tyranitar. I know it's predictable, especially on the higher ladder. We're not there quite yet, but it's to be expected to switch. Okay, so apparently we are there. Alright, so not the best situation. I mean, I can just go into Starmie. Starmie pretty much hard checks this thing. Doesn't counter it per se. If he has HP Electric, I take like 50, but we'll see. Hopefully he doesn't pull another double into Bisharp. That would really stink. But yeah, we're gonna have to deal with it as it comes. So he does go for Secret Sword. That's great. I am just gonna go for Spin. I want to get these out of here as soon as possible. And he's going to go into his Bisharp. At this point, I don't really care if he traps my Starmie. I'm just going to go for Scald. Realistically. I mean, if I burn this thing, then it's... Yeah, that's it. Like, now it really can't touch me. And now he's most likely going to go for Knockoff, so... I'm pretty safe to... I'm actually going to get my Charizard in here right now. Yeah. Okay, so... Let us... roost off the damage as he goes into Landorus, thinking that I am X, but I am Y. And now there's no Fire Blast switching, and hopefully we hit this. Let's see. I could alternatively go... Yeah, I really want to... I was about to say I could alternatively go into Tyranitar predicting the Latios to come in, but... I mean, now at this point, Latios is doing nothing. Not at 15. And if he switches out again, then it just drops the next time it comes in. So he goes for the Defog. And I'm actually not going to Pursuit Trap this thing, I don't think. Well, if I don't, then he gets off a big Draco Meteor on something. So I'm just going to Crunch in case he switches. There we go. And... I don't know, man. So we got rid of the Latios, which opens doors for Volcanion and for Charizard-Y. At the same time, though, I'm kind of scared of that Mega Alakazam. So I need to keep my Tyranitar alive at all costs. And we'll just go Hippo. We'll just go Hippo. If he decides to U-turn instead of going for rocks, then that's fine. That means the rocks stay off my side. And that's all I need, like, realistically. And here comes Alakazam. This is what I was scared of. Because Scarftar does not outspeed this thing, and it especially does not outspeed the Mega. So, I have a decision to make on what to give up here. You know what? Let's slack off on turn 1. Because no move he goes for will knock me out. Actually, that does absolutely nothing. Wow! I was overestimating this thing's attack. Okay, so I'm just going to slack off again. Yeah, that's fine. You can Encore me, and I'm going to keep going for it. Well, you're going to just keep Psychicking, right? So, I'm going to go T-Tar here. As he actually predicts that and goes for the Focus Blast. That's pretty good on his part. I didn't necessarily need T-Tar anymore, though. That's kind of why I did that. I didn't really mind staying in afterwards, so... at this point, Drill... and his Landorus is already weakened, so I'm just going to go for an Iron Head here and weaken his Landorus a little bit more, and it is indeed a Rocky Helmet variant. Now, question becomes, do I want to leave my Excadrill out of the range of Bisharp's Sucker Punch, or do I want to try to outplay it later? Because his Volcanion's still alive. I really need this. I really need this alive while that thing's around. I think I'm just going to click Swords Dance. because he has no choice but to go for a U-turn. And I have a couple more turns left. So he goes into Bisharp. Oh, I forgot Bisharp was burned. Ah. Alright. Cool. That means I can go for another Swords Dance. And his knockoff does nothing because my balloon is gone. And I'm just going to... Well, I don't know why I Swords Dance, realistically, because... Okay, we said we needed this. I'm going to go for the Iron Head. And he gets a crit. Okay. Things just got a lot hard. I make it hard on myself sometimes. Alright, let's go Charizard. I feel like he would probably go Zam? Maybe? Yeah. Alright. Cool. Cool. So he's probably Psychic Focus Blast, Shadow Ball, Encore. I'm pretty free to fire off a Fire Blast here. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And I outspeed his Volcanion and his Landorus. So the only thing left to deal with after this thing goes down is his... let's hope we hit. We do, so Dead Alakazam. The only thing left to deal with after this is his Keldeo, and that shouldn't be a problem because we do have a Starmie, and we also have a Volcanion. So, alright, so this thing comes in. I think it doesn't have a choice but to go for Steam Eruption, if I'm not mistaken. But in the sun, it's not going to do anything. So he would probably go for Flamethrower. Yeah, Fire Blast. Okay, so that's going to take us clean out. That's okay, though, because now he's locked into that. And what? And I can go Charizard-Y and Roost on this. And his Fire Blast is going to miss. Okay. And now we can just Solar Beam. And it should be a 2-hit KO. And it is. Okay, good. So he's going to land the next one. It's going to do a lot. But if his Volcanion goes down... I mean, I still have to deal with Keldeo, but... my Volcanion should be faster than his Landorus. Yeah, I'm just going to go for another Solar Beam, obviously. And if his Keldeo chooses to come in... probably just going to go Hippo, because it doesn't do anything. But if he goes for Secret Sword, does he 2-hit KO me, is the question. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going Hippo. It does not 2-hit KO me. Okay. Beautiful. And I almost want to make the play back into Charizard. I'm just going to get up rocks. Forget it. I think that's Scarfed as well. Okay, so we're going to get up rocks. Just letting his Keldeo get weakened at this point. He's almost putting it in range of Spec Steam Eruption. So I'm just going to slack off here. Because he's going to go Lando. He's going to take that damage from the rocks. And I'm going to make the play into Charizard. And hopefully he doesn't go for knockoff. And he goes for Stone Edge. Okay. Alright. So we can just go Volk here. I should be faster because he's defensive. So it's not a big issue. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's out of the way. And now he has to lock himself into Secret Sword, so that's pretty much game. And we're going to go into Hippo so that we can reset and hit him with HP Grasses instead of having to waste our time with Steam Eruption. Make this video just a little bit shorter, and if he goes for Secret Sword, then we're going to start EQing. So, and if he's not actually Scarf or Specs or anything, then it doesn't matter. Then we go into our Volcanion, live a hit, and even a crit, actually, because Volcanion is ridiculously bulky. And yeah, then just KO him with Hidden Power Grass. So that's going to be it. That's pretty much how the team works. It's basically just Sand plus Charizard, the way it always was. Just introducing Volcanion into the mix. Give yourself additional pressure. You know, like... Charizard only has Fire, Dragon, Fighting, and Grass moves, so it's really cool to have something with, well, for one, a Water move that also burns, Fire move that I want to say is almost as strong as Charizard's Fire Blast in the Sun, and also gives it access to a a poison move, which is really cool because it becomes a check to Azumarill. I'm seeing a lot less Azumarils, a lot fewer Azumarils, sorry, on the ladder, and I think it might even drop from OU just because of the presence of Volcanion. We'll see, though. It might go down to BL. Eventually with time, but because realistically you can't belly drum anymore as long as Volcanion's around, because you can never go for Aqua Jet. You'll get one kill, but that's really all you'll get. The Assault Vest variant has almost no power, and the Choice Banded variant, well, I mean, Choice Banded could probably stick around, but anyway, before I get off on more tangents, I'm going to end the video here. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like down below, subscribe if you want to see more. There's going to be more videos coming in the future, so hopefully a little more consistency this time, seeing as I hadn't uploaded for over a year. So this is my real first video, and once again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a great day. Thanks.